I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, all powered by HomeRight Windows and Doors in Waynesboro. The right choice, you can find them online at homerightwaynesboro.com. In the past, we've had family care services on the program many times, and we've talked a lot about the Life-Sharing program. And what's really cool about our show today is that we have Deb Deshong, who's with us today, and you are actually a caregiver.
I am.
And so just before we get started, let's just talk about what does that mean to be a life-sharing caregiver? What does that look like?
It is, for me, it's a wonderful experience. I've been doing it for 27 years. Wow. And I started out as a foster parent, and then gradually went into the DD program, which is life sharing. Mm-hmm. The foster care program is basically children, teenagers that have truancy, if they're not in a good home life. And then the life sharing is totally different, where it's adult individuals who have either physical or mental health issues. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very rewarding. It's not really even an occupation. It's not a profession. It's a passion that I think that you have to have in your life to care for individuals. So I've been doing the life sharing probably for 15, maybe a little over 15 years. I got out of foster care. I adopted my last child that I did in foster care. He was 2.5 when he came with me. He was 9 when I adopted him, and he's still living with me. He'll be 21 in September. The whole experience of being a foster parent and a caregiver it teaches me so much.
I'm sure.
About the individuals and about what life is all about, and about caring for those who can't care for themselves, but actually giving them in our home the independence and the help that they can do whatever they can, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And you currently have two individuals that you are doing the life sharing program.
Yes.
Can you, obviously we can't get into a lot of detail, but can you give me an overview of their ages and maybe level of support that you are providing for each?
Sure. I have a gentleman, he will be 63 next month, and he's been with me for probably 6 years, I want to say. And the lady that I have, she is 75.
Wow.
But she's very I mean, she's very active. They both are. They're very high functioning, in my opinion. They're so much fun. They go to day programs. The lady that I have goes 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the gentleman goes on Wednesdays and Fridays. And they love bowling, they love activities, they love doing things. And it's really good because I enjoy doing all that stuff. And so we all go just as a family. I mean, they're like my family.
Of course, yes.
You know, and they laugh. They love watching funny movies, funny Sanford and Son. They like watching the Three Stooges, which is from years ago, you know, and they're just a joy to have in our home.
They're a little bit older. You said 63 and 75. Do you know, because the age ranges are 18 and over, correct?
Right.
Are the majority of the individuals, do they fall into the younger 50 and less, or do you find that you have people that are 50 plus?
The ones, I had a lady years ago, and she was in her 30s.
Okay.
It just depends. It's all different ranges, and it's all different disabilities. So you have to become, I guess, acclimated to what
the
what
level
they
of support
need.
that you have to provide.
Yes,
Sure.
yes. And the best thing about it is when you are in either foster care or the life sharing, the agency supplies the support. I mean, they're very, very supportive. But they give classes. There's classes that we have to take.
Prior, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and every year we have to take that. But I'm amazed at how much information there is, not for just the individuals that I take care of, but how to help my family and my friends with the issues that they suffer with. And it's just so helpful. There's just so much knowledge there to be able to help other people. Not only the individuals in my home, but it gives you insight to how you can help other people. And I'm just amazed.
Yeah, I think it's very admirable. I'm very happy to have you on the show because I've said in the past to Andrea, who works for the Family Care Services, how much I've been wanting to talk to somebody who has done the life sharing program.
Yeah.
Can you take me through what a typical day looks like having two individuals in your home that you are providing support for?
Sure. We usually get up around between 7 and 7:30. I make them breakfast. They sometimes will sit at the table and talk for hours, you know, depending on whether we need to go somewhere. Bobby usually will go to his room then. He does a craft. He has styrofoam molds, and he uses pins and beads to put in them and create a beautiful creation of his own, which is really cool. And Darlene, she loves word search. She loves the Waltons. She loves doing stickers. So they're usually very content in doing that. And if they say, hey, you know, can we go for ice cream? We go for ice cream. They sit outside when it's really nice. I just sort of do whatever they want to do.
Has it become pretty routine at this point? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's very routine, and I think that helps them too, because
sure.
there's not. I have noticed that if there's a change in something, and I don't know if I can mention this, but like the ARC of Franklin and Fulton County come once a month to take them to an outing. And they were supposed to go to Scoops last night, the ice cream place. And when they got home, they were very disappointed because it changed. They went to Mikey's instead. So they were still able to get ice cream, but that they were so set on
this place.
Yes. And
sure.
it was changed at the last minute. But we talked about it, and I said, well, did you enjoy going to Mikey's? And yes, they did. But
just a conversation,
yes,
just to understand their feelings and just talk it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, you said you had the gentleman, he's been with you for 6 years.
Yes.
And the lady that you are life sharing with, how long has she been with you?
She's been with me 2.5.
And they get along fairly well.
Oh my word. They just, and it's a perfect match. And that's something else that family care does. They know the personalities. I mean, there's always an ISP. There's always information about the individuals. And then they're able to put them in the homes where they fit.
Were you nervous about that, having another personality come in and changing the dynamic of what was already set? Did that make you nervous at all? No?
No.
Because you probably could feel this is a good match. This is going to be good for both of them.
I don't know. I think maybe in my whole 27 years, there's maybe been 2 individuals that it wasn't difficult for me. It was difficult for them. And you have that. I mean, because it doesn't match all the time.
Sure.
But family care does an excellent job of knowing the personalities, knowing who would be able to help the individuals in with the issues that they have.
Because there's different levels of disability. Some are more high functioning, and some individuals need significantly more support.
Yes.
And as a caregiver, are you able to vocalize where your comfort level lies on that scale?
Yes. But I take challenges. I try to do whoever needs the help in whatever they need. And I've had a woman that would have seizures, and sometimes that was difficult for me because you really didn't know exactly when they were coming.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, that was. But we maneuvered through it, and she was with me for, I think, over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What have you found to be one of the biggest obstacles in doing your time as a caregiver?
The obstacles, I don't know. I might have to think about that one.
Okay, that's good. I think that's wonderful that there isn't anything that immediately comes to mind, because I can feel your passion for it, that it is so rewarding. It just sounds like a very rewarding experience. And you're doing something for other people that is just incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
But I love doing that.
Yeah.
And, when I talk to people and they say, well, what do you do? And I don't want to say it's a job. I don't want to say, like I said before, it's a profession or an occupation, because I don't feel that way.
You do get compensation.
Yes.
Because it is I know, not trying to use the word job, but it is a full-time commitment.
Yes, yes. And, but how do you, it's hard because when you're doing something you love and you also get compensated for it, it's like there's some days it's like, I don't even know how I get paid for this.
I actually feel the same way about my job.
Yeah. So it's just really cool. And when you were saying about the obstacles, if there were issues, if there were something that I would not be able to handle, and I guess there have been things, I just can't think of any right this second. But family care, their client supervisors, they're all so wonderful and they're all so supportive. And so they walk you through it. They give you suggestions and different ideas as to what to do.
And that's comforting, knowing that,
Yeah.
you know, somebody comes into your home, you're adjusting, you're acclimating, and then it's not like you never see family care services again. They're
Right.
actively checking up and giving any resources and advice that I'm sure you would need as you go through the process. What would you say to somebody who is thinking about being a caregiver but isn't sure if they're the right kind of person for it? Or they're hesitant about it for
Yeah.
multiple reasons.
I had a cousin of mine who I'd talked to, and she was hesitant years ago. And I said, once you, and she loves people, so I knew it was a shoo-in for her. It's just something that you're going to have to dig deep into your heart and just try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can assure you that if it's something that you're thinking about, it's something that you will do.
You're probably the right person for
Yeah.
it. And something I like that Family Care Services, because we've had them on the show multiple times, that they've said before is if you ever needed to take a vacation and you were going to take one with, I don't know if you're married, you and your husband or significant other are going to go on vacation, they'll step in and bring a substitute in so that you can have a break, so to say,
Yes.
you know, a little me time, that because everybody needs me time,
Yeah.
regardless of what your profession is. And I think that's pretty admirable as well, that you have
Yes.
that option.
Actually, I'm leaving on Sunday.
Are you?
To go on vacation.
Yes.
Yes. And yeah, I actually have another caregiver coming into our home, and she's going to stay at our house and take care of the two individuals that I have.
Where are you going on vacation?
I'm going to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, nice.
With my stepson and his family.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And it's great that you're still able to do those things and that
Yeah.
you know that your family members will still be looked after, because I'm assuming that's what they are to you at this
Yes,
point. They're your family
they are.
members. And so I was curious, I wanted to ask you this earlier, what made you switch from foster care to the Life-Sharing program?
I think that after teenagers are very difficult, especially if they're coming into the system, and I was getting too old to do that. They were, and when I say difficult, my heart goes out to them because what some of them were going through was just absolutely horrible. But I knew at that point that I was not going to be able to be able to help them. I turned 70 in May, so it's like this is a part of me, like the older age and just
The bowling and
Yes,
the sitting outside,
yes.
the conversation, the Three
Yes.
Stooges, it all
Yeah.
relates to you personally as well. I can understand that.
And I'm more
absolutely.
able to do that instead of being like on the run all the time. And although we still are on the run all the time, but yeah, and I have a son who's 44, and then my son Jesse, who's I adopted, and
He's
then
in his 30s, you said.
he will turn 21.
Oh, I'm sorry, 21.
21
I'm sorry, I don't know where I got
in
30 from.
September. And then my grandson, who's 17, is with me. And they enjoy being around the individuals that I have. So it is a big family.
Yeah, it sounds like
It is, and it all meshes together.
And why do you think that life sharing is so important in our community?
I think because we just need to help others.
And I know that we're probably in need of more caregivers.
Yes.
I'm sure, because it is such a large commitment. I can understand why people might be hesitant, but
Yeah.
having these conversations with you and Family Care Services, I think, can help to ease any concerns, because it is rewarding. Everyone I've never heard anything other than how rewarding it is to do this, to be a part of it. So
it is. And it brings laughter to your heart. I mean, I just can't tell you some of the things that they come up with, and you just have to just start laughing because they love life. They love life, and they have, I don't want to say they don't have worries, but they do have some worries, but they just enjoy what they do.
And you're a big part of that. You give them that comfort in the home to be able to do that.
I try to do that. I want them to be themselves. I want them to voice their opinion. And I want them to know that regardless of what they say, it's okay, because, you know, we all have those opinions. I don't want you to be stifled because you think that somebody's going to say something to you. No, you are your own person, and that's what it's going to be like in our home.
Well, Deb, thank you so much for all that information and what you do. And is there anything about life sharing and being a caregiver that you want to make sure that we talk about before we wrap up today on Let's Talk Tri-State? Is there any questions I haven't asked you that you want to get some information out about?
I just want to say that the past 27 years have been the most rewarding of my life. It's just incredible that you see different dynamics, and they're just people that need help. I hope that when I'm not able to do things, that somebody will step up and take care of me.
I'm sure that they will. I mean, karma comes around, and you have you get some good karma coming your way, Deb. Well, thank you so much again, and thanks for what you do and spending time with us today on Let's Talk Tri-State.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's talk Tri-State.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.